I had somebody tune in the service, and they took issue over and over and over and over and over again with me continually keep saying. Apparently, they must be following our services, but they took issue when we continually keep saying that Rome is still alive and Rome is still ruling. And of course, what I'm implying is that we're still under the ancient Roman system of government, and we the people, you just don't know it. And we all know about shadow governments. Of course, mainstream news media, everybody else, they deceive us. They stonewall us and deceive us by saying, you conspiracy theory. You know, everybody uses that. And the whole purpose of that is because you have heard that word conspiracy so much that as soon as you hear it, psychologically, what happens is that there are curtains, bam, that immediately go up in your mind. And from that point on, you stop exercising self-autonomy. You don't even want to hear it. You don't even want to listen because as soon as someone make that statement, without even putting forth the finger, they're putting forth the finger. And they're accusing and making false allegations against the ones who are telling the truth. You know, the whistleblowers. But I tell you, I look at this psychological gamesmanship that constantly takes place, this mental gymnastics, and I say to myself over and over and over and over again, how in the world will these people ever wake up? Can they ever wake up? I don't believe that you can. Because when you come out of your mother's womb and you're drinking Enfamil and you're being shot up with vaccines, and then they send you the public food system to dumb you down for 12 solid years, and then you go pay for an even more dumber mindset called higher education. And by the time they get you out there in front of that mainstream news media and stuff, and they begin to just start with all this propaganda, shooting stuff into your mind, and most of us, what do we usually do? We act like we're intelligent. Not that we've done our own independent research. We act like we're intelligent. We act like we're informed. And we just start repeating what other people say without doing our due diligence. And I don't know what that spirit is. I don't even know what we're trying to look like. But there's a time when someone can talk and you can look stupid and dumb. You may not look stupid and dumb to the GMO modified masses, but the ones that are informed, like me, man, a lot of times I don't even, if you're talking, I just sit back and I look at you. Sometimes I'll front you. It depends on the level of deception that you're trying to sell. Now, let me try to educate us all again, okay? And I'm doing this with as much as humility that I know how. All right? In 1957, all right, over there across the pond. Now, over there across the pond is a code word that I use for saying overseas, okay? There is a thing called the Treaty of Rome. Punch it in. Punch it in on Wikipedia. Look it up there in Google. And you're going to see that this Treaty of Rome is a European economic community. That's exactly what it is. Out of it comes the EU and everything else. But what is happening, though? This is, and I've got to say this in such a manner, in such a way, that I'm hoping to stimulate thought, that people would hear me. Because believe you me, I know how strange I sound when you've been manipulated, dominated, and coerced to think and function a certain way. I know what a truther sounds like. I know what they sound like. They sound crazy, off the rocker, the whole 9 yards. That's what they sound like. All right, hold on for a second. Hey, bro, let me call you right back. I'm in the middle of this video, okay? I'll give you a call right back. And it's just a sad situation. There are powers that be. They don't care about central government. They don't care about statehood. Don't care about countries. All they want is control of the money supply, because if they can control the money, they can control no matter what corporation that calls itself a country. And no matter what government may be set up, it makes no difference, totally irrelevant. they can run the whole entire thing. And that's what's difficult today, is trying to get people to understand exactly what's going on. And that's the reason why that you see Pastor Dowell is so hard set against fiat currency, because fiat currency steals your wealth. And there are a lot of people that is inside of this Treaty of Rome that signed on. Belgium, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, West Germany. and it didn't come into place until January 1st, 1958. Now, long time ago, Russia said, we ain't have nothing to do with you. None whatsoever at all. The reason why it's big news that Italy is pulling out right now is because the globalists. And everybody said, oh, PastorDowell, now you sound like Alex Jones. The globalist is not a conspiracy theory word. Listen to it. Oh, man. I know it sounds crazy. Believe you me. See, I'm a pastor, and I tell the truth. Regardless of what religion, no matter what religious perspective, theology, or ideology that you have chosen to embrace, I tell the truth. And ultimately, when you hear it, and you ain't never heard it before, the first thing people do is get offended. Of course, now, that's to my advantage. Because if you have any care at all, what you would do is get so mad and upset that you'll pick up that Bible and you'll try to prove me wrong. I love it. All of a sudden you have to take a big old slice of humble pie, excuse me. And then what happens from there? You listen to some more. You get more offended, upset. You go back again, you study. You look at it, you go, what in the world? What in the world else have they lied to me? Then you start listening to me, you're like, man, unbelievable. What lenses? What lenses? Why looking through all of this time to believe like this? I give myself a little bit more credit than that. That's the system we have sitting in front of us right now. They know they can cram anything down your throat and you're not going to study. You're not going to look it up. You're not going to research. You're not going to do anything about it. You're just going to accept it as is. And in that, you're going to impoverish yourself and your family. Okay? So, globalism is nothing more than a bunch of unelected people playing government. That's all it is. And they're controlling all these individual countries. Every single, again, go and punch up Treaty of Rome. You will be surprised. That's why I keep telling us we're under Rome. We're still under Rome. They may have changed the flags. They may have changed some of the colors. They still keep the red in it and the blue. But it's still the same. It's a international money ring. It's like money laundering, but it's a legalized because they set the laws, they set the rules, they have the fiat currency, and in that they're stealing the wealth, which is silver and gold. That's the reason why I make so much of a big deal about storing silver and gold, because it's real true power. It's real true standing, if I can use that word. I know most of you people think that means standing up, but it's standing. They have literally stolen the wealth from all of us. And our ignorant parents, our ignorant preachers still till today, yeah, they talk about silver. How dumb and stupid can you be today? And I don't mean that as a personal insult, but you've got to just because somebody is sitting up in front of you, screaming, hollering, preaching, teaching, and then exalting themselves through pride. I know what I'm talking about. I know this. I know this. No, you don't. If you know it, then the only way you'll be able to test the limits of their so-called wisdom and knowledge is if they're equally put up in front of someone else who's informed, and then all your so-called opinions that you're trying to tout as fact, it can be challenged then, can't it? Yeah, it will. And then those who do know the truth and hear the truth, unless there's some type of mindless minions, they'll be able to use some autonomy and be able to say, you know what, I hear what you're saying, but you are actually stonewalling us. I'm going to keep using that word a lot, because the word stonewalls means when a people make the right, what they try to do is they try to make someone who is telling the truth, this is what they do in stonewalling, they try to spin that truth into lies in favor of their personal opinion, and they put their personal opinion as truth. They present it to you, and because you've constantly always heard it, because the truth is strange. It sounds strange. I mean, it is really, truly strange to the ears today when you have all your life believed a certain way. And then that's what they do. And they use the lies to deceive you, to stop you from researching and informing yourself of that truth. And that's what's taking place. And so when you are in a system where they have literally stolen wealth from you, and they've given you nothing but paper, guess who's got the gold? And that's an old saying. He who had the gold ruled. That's the golden rule. He who has the gold rules. And so what they've done, they've taken all the gold, they've taken all the silver, and now governments, because in the Constitution, if you want to say today, still using it or not, governments are today still, till this day, they are still have to produce and mint gold and silver, make it available to the public. But they have so desensitized you in your mind to make you think that it's not a store of wealth, to make you think that it's not a medium of exchange. And because you have a system that's built upon lies, and you continue to keep functioning in it, now you're starting to set up in a store of paper which you can put a match to and burn it. and of course now, how's your purchasing power doing? How much can you buy with this? Now, I remember, you know what? This right here, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to see if I can find a, look at this right here. Y'all remember this? Remember how $100 bill used to look like that? They used to look like that when I was a little boy. If you went to the store with that, you could actually went to a store for a whole month with this right here and been able to fill up your grocery buggy 2-3 times over and come home and have plenty of food to eat. Try taking, can't do that, do that now. Try taking this to the grocery store and see what you're coming back. I'm going to show you what your purchasing power has done. If you take this to the store, you coming back with this much groceries. I know PastorDowell, he's off his rocker. He done lost his mind. He don't know nothing. He's done lost it. Period. Check him out sometime. He does a lot of oh boy. I lost my train of thought. Oh, and now Brexit. You remember Brexit? Brexit says to Greece and Ireland and France and everybody, I don't care what you say, you can vote all you want, you can't leave. That sounds like over here in America, that every single time something is going crazy in this country of America, because of the presidential policies, the laws that are so-called being made, and the people don't like it, you always hear Texas want to secede from the Union. You always hear California want to secede from the Union. Of course, they think that they got it written ironclad in the Constitution that you can't secede from the Union. All Texas got to do is just grab some arms and rise up and say, to hell with y'all, we're going to run our own country. That's it. Our state is our own country. Y'all people are out of your mind. You off your rocker. They can't do that in California because what they going to do, hit you with a bunch of lollipops? But see, it's all about international control. It's all about mind control. And it's all about making those who tell the truth to look like they're some type of psychotic, chaotic liars. Because you got 90%, 95% of the people in the United States of America, they don't know the truth if you put it in front. They still believe that there's a Santa Claus. And even if you tell them they don't believe it, watch and see what they do. Because what people do tells you the level of deception that lies that they're in. If you can set up there and admit that there ain't no Santa Claus, yet you still got a Christmas tree up, you still attending Christmas party, you still telling children, wish you a Merry Christmas, is Santa going to be good to you? You, in fact, in yourself are a liar, and your conscience is seared. That's what's going on. Your conscience is seared. And so you're in no position whatsoever at all to try to define or judge anyone concerning the truth, because you yourself are deceived. Y'all begin to understand what I'm saying? All right, but check it out. Treaty your own economic community. It's all about controlling the whole entire globe through a false paradigm of economic impoverishment. And that's exactly what they're doing to everybody. They're impoverishing us. That's why you think I'm making this big stink about these 1 ounce silver Kruger rings are supposed to have been out yesterday. Supposed to have been out yesterday. And they, well, we got to push the production date back. Well, when it's coming, don't know. Oh man, still stack silver. It's a steal. It's a steal. But guess what? You're gonna get these ignorant, dumb, stupid people. Well, why you stacking silver? You stupid. What in the world? Anyway, you can't do nothing with that. You can't do nothing. But Pastor Dowell, I know one thing for sure. I ain't as strange and foreign to the truth as you may think that I am.